Yes, let's start, indeed. Great to have you all on behind your screen again for an hour or maybe less to conclude this event. We had a lot of feedback during the last few hours, and it was a lot of positive feedback. So all the organizing team is extremely happy and rewarded with all the effort we have done. So we really wanted to also make a nice ceremony to really conclude in the nicest way all what we did for the last 2 or 3 weeks. Let me start with this slide that you saw already maybe yesterday for the one that were already following. And I think the message is that it's pretty clear, right? So we finished something now, and we finished a 48 hours journey, but this is nothing else that's a beginning for many of these groups and people that just met and that just got started with projects actually. Obviously, a big thanks now, and we will say it many other times during the ceremony and during tonight, to our sponsors, so Fondation d'Entreprise Deloitte, Stuart Radquin, and Cleantech Alps were the main sponsor, plus all the other organizations that you see in the slide that have supported with coaching or advertising or providing expert speakers. So all of these extremely important and fundamental for the success of our event. So what are we talking about? Maybe some of you have not been following the whole story. So it was a 48 hours climathon with the objective of getting people together to think about how we can create a more sustainable society or world after COVID-19. Obviously, it's quite a broad question and quite very open questions to which we can find many answers. And I think that during the course of the event, we found some of these answers. Actually, we found 35 of them. I think numbers are always good to just give an idea to the people that maybe were not always active part of the event. So we had 48 hours. I last from the last number, 48 hours with a lot of participants, which cannot be quantified, but coming from 50 different countries. We had 40 coaches supporting them. We had 7 expert keynotes to inspire them. We had 15 judges to look at their solutions, and we had 35 submitted and all excellent solutions. So this is just really in 6 numbers what the event was about, but that's obviously not enough. Probably these numbers don't mean much if we don't give them some context. So I think that the message that was the most important for me about this event was that the event itself, so the climathon itself, was a solution in itself. Obviously, the 35 solutions are all great and are fantastic, but just the fact that these worked out to me was a big realization, which meant 4 things. One, the first one is that there are always ways in which we can be resilient. So obviously we have a big crisis ongoing, but this is there is always something we can do in any situation, in any condition. Then the second one is that, well, we doubted that this could work because, well, obviously it's difficult to do everything digitally, but what we realized by the end of the event and by discussing with coaches and with some of the participants is that it doesn't matter. So the energy that was present in the, and I cannot say in the room, but that was present during the event, it was so strong that it would flow well even through Zoom calls, and it was actually this energy that usually one can feel during this in-person event was there, even if this event was not in person. And then I think one other interesting thing is that this format can be replicated for different purposes. So it's a proof that it can work, and maybe it does not have to be to think about climate, but it can also be to think about different solutions and to think about other ideas or any other issues that might arise. And obviously it starts with one idea, so that was Dimitri's idea, and we have to recognize to him the merit, but also it ends with 300 people, so quite a powerful multiplier effect that I wanted to emphasize. And maybe just to finish on these slides, so I think that what we really proved with this event is that the sentence that you see on the right of the slides, well, it's something that we should not be saying, and that it should not be an excuse anymore. So I can't do it because there is a global lockdown. It's not true. I think, yes, you can do it. And that's it for the serious talk. So now it's time to actually have some fun. And obviously we will not start by announcing who the winner are, because otherwise you will all go away. But we have quite some other stuff to go through before. And probably you remember that what we discussed yesterday, we were really sad because we could not see all the faces of our participants. So we challenged you, asking you to send us all your creative team pictures. And we want to show you some of them. Actually, we want to show you all of them. And then we made a selection of 3 pictures, and we'll ask everyone to vote, everyone who is connected to vote for the best one. And the best one will be the one that actually win the prizes that we have for them. So these are just some of them. We have Team 4, Team 51.5, which I suppose was a merge between Team 51 and Team 52. We have Team 14, Team 7. I'll let you look at them and enjoy the pictures and notice the creativity, how it's linked to how it links the names with the visuals. Then we have Team 17 and 19 also looking very motivated. We have a Team 11 in nature, a Team 29 very happy, Team 12, Team 49 very creative, Team 56 somewhere in Hawaii or in some crazy location, thanks to Zoom backgrounds that allows to do this and much more. And then Team 47 enjoying their end of day or end of Climathon drinks at the end of the Climathon. So I think, oh, and we also have a Team 35 with a lot of creative pictures. But now to decide the winner, it's not up to me, but it's up to you. So we want to ask you, we selected 3, and we want to ask you to look at these 3 very carefully, and then go on, obviously, our favorite tool, www.menti.com, insert this code. You can already start doing this. And you will have the power to choose who the actual winner of this photo contest will be. So among the 3 options, we have Panda Academy. We have, oh yeah, obviously you can also react with hearts and likes or, well, cats, whatever. We see some appreciation here. Then we have society, a lot of, wow, a lot of reactions, I see. Observe these pictures very well because you will have to vote at the end. And the third creative one is from Neocorp, creative team picture. So again, we have society, Panda Academy, and Neocorp. And now, time for voting. And I know you're quite some people looking at the screen, so I will wait a few seconds before calling the conclusion of this very competitive. I see Panda Academy gaining quite some votes. 62, 63. Wow, quite an audience today. '68. Panda Academy seems to keep the first position. And yes, I think we do have a winner, or we don't have a winner. Neocop, you can call all your friends and tell them to vote within the next 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Let's see if you can make this. This is actually working. But I think we can conclude that our winner for this photo contest, I know from my audience that there are 150 viewers connected and only 84 that voted. So maybe we can wait until we reach at least 90. This can make the difference because differences are small. Come on, people, you have to vote. Vote, call your friends, call your family. I will stop when we reach 90 voters. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We reached 90. Okay, great. So Neocops, good efforts. You almost reached Panda Academy, but I think we can go for Panda Academy as our official winner of the YESEurope Climathon picture contest. And what did you win? Well, you might know it already. What you win, it's a very resilient gift again, because you can already enjoy it while still in lockdown. So you will have access to a virtual escape room. I hope you are happy about our super nice gift. And obviously for the gift, we will give you more details later on. Time to move to the real things, the real projects. I think the photo contest was already a great way to get to know some of your faces, but behind these faces there are a lot of ideas. And we discussed already this yesterday that until actually 24 hours ago, we didn't know anything about your ideas. And by now, because we spent all night looking at all your projects, we know almost everything about it. So luckily, we are able to say something more than they are about change, transportation, and that they are quite replicable projects. And we know that you all worked very hard on many of them. And even from a design perspective, that was really nice to see. So what we would like to do now is actually to hear from some of you. So we have here connected with us some of the participants. So maybe I will just call some of them and make sure, guys, that you unmute yourself before you start speaking. And what we wanted to ask you is that you would tell us what was the funniest moment of your Climathon, or the most intense or the most challenging. So just give us some emotional stories. And also we would like to hear how did your idea came up? So what was the motivation? Was there a personal motivation? Was there a funny motivation? So please keep it short because there are quite some of you connected. And maybe we can start with actually the winner of the photo contest, who is Panda Academy, and I know we have someone connected. Does it work for you, Joanna?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so thanks guys for voting in for us. We are very happy to have won the best photo. And yeah, I just wanted to tell you a little bit about Panda Academy. And I hope you, I hope you can see our super nice logo that was made by our Panda designer. And actually this idea was, oh yeah, sorry about my background. Let me just get that off. And yeah, actually this idea started really soon in our brainstorm sessions, and we had decision making. So it's a very, very broad topic. So we didn't know exactly what to do with it, but we decided that the way we could have a bigger impact could be through delivering knowledge and reliable information. And so the actors of decision making that could provide the biggest change would actually be all of us. So as citizens and as voters in the democratic system. The problem during these unstable times that we are living now is that we really lost hope in our media and the way information gets to us. So what we wanted to develop was Panda Academy, and specifically we created PandaBot, which is an interactive tool that provides clear, objective, and peer-reviewed information. And so we want experts to come on board with us to spread this knowledge on sustainability, because we want people to apply concrete measures on their day-to-day life, but also that allows something that allows us, and us, to be better informed citizens when we choose our policymakers. And we also want that people never forget that even during these times, really the planet should be our first priority. And so just to finish, I think the funniest moments that we had, I don't know if you saw our video, but we had the opportunity to record and be part of the video. And that was super funny because we had to memorize the text and coordinate with all the the video thing. And we have super nice and funny bloopers, and it was really, really a good experience. And also on Saturday night, we just decided that we needed a break and play some games to relax and to clear our minds a little bit. And so we played Pictionary online, which was also very funny because now we know who knows how to draw and who really doesn't know how to draw. So it was really, really a funny moment. And I wouldn't say that we had bad moments. Perhaps we had stressful moments. And it was, of course, during the time of the time closer to the deadline, where suddenly somebody says, do you have the dev post thing done? And we're like, what? Dev post? What should we do? And it was already like 10 to 1. It was incredibly in a rush. But yeah, in the end, everything worked fine. And it was a super nice experience. And I really want to thank Panda team. It was really great to work with them.
Thank you so much for your stories from the Climathon. This is really nice for us to hear what was happening behind the scene. And I want to ask Nicola from Underdogs to tell us his story.
Thank you so much for the organization team. It was really like a nice event, and especially thankful for the connection with our coach, Amit, that gave us a lot of inspiring insights about the topic we worked on. So we focused on the transportation, urban mobility challenge. And not to talk a lot about the idea we developed, but talking about more the progress we went through to the ideation to come up with our solution. We really focus a lot on trying to explore a lot the topic of transportation to come up with the specific challenge we wanted to tackle. And this took us, I would say, most of the time. We had Miro, and thankfully to Beatrice, that was one of our teammates, we managed to go through some methodology, well-defined methodology to come up and define like our specific challenge. Definitely one of the, let's say, most intense and probably best moment of the hackathon has been the final, like the end, once we just deliver everything, and we just like felt so good with our final results. And actually, I'm so proud of it, let's say, and we're all here now looking for the result.
Very cool. Thanks, Nicola. And then we have someone from TripFix. Hello, can you speak?
Hello, does it work?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, for us, our first motivation to join was in order to learn about how to apply innovation in practice. And from our team's perspective, this was a really educational experience. So with some very interesting online coaching sessions. Personally, I think the first day when we had to identify the problem statement was really challenging. But then once we knew which problem we would address, the creative part of the work would start, which was really fun to work on. The team spirit was good. We quickly set up a good means of communication so we could really focus on the content and shaping our TripFix ID to make transport more sustainable. Yeah, we really enjoyed our 48 hours of hard work on the project. And I think the biggest thing which you as YESEurope achieved is the fact that you succeeded in connecting about 300 people who otherwise probably would have never met to think collectively about how to create a more sustainable world. So thank you very much for facilitating this opportunity.
Thanks so much for you for attending. And Marco.
Yeah, I agree with what has been just said. So about the moment of the uploading and the moment just after the submission. And I would add that we were able also to be like physical together in a way. On Saturday night we had different tasks we were working on, but and we were calling on Skype, but we decided to stay on Skype, and everyone was working on its task, but we were like still on the Skype call, and it was a very emotional moment because it seemed like we were together. And also from my team, but I think from everyone, a big thanks to YESEurope team for this great event and initiative you have organized.
Grazie. I think we have someone from local connected. Peter, are you connected with us? No. Then Anne with Footprint.
Yeah, hello.
Hey.
I personally believe that you can vote with your money. And then I mean that very practically, that you can go to the supermarket and then decide what you buy and therewith make an impact. And that's what the startup Footprint is about. It helps you choose eco-friendly and affordable food in a quick and easy way. And I think that's very important. What I liked a lot about the challenge was that we worked with people from all over the world. In my team, we have people from Italy, but then also India and Germany and France. And I'm in the Netherlands. And then the funniest thing, I just counted it, and we used about 12 different communication channels. Quite impressive. And our favorite one was definitely the Climathon Slack.
Quite impressive indeed. How many did you say?
12.
12 different communication channels for 48 hours. That's, I think,
yeah, I think it's
for a world record.
Yeah.
And then we have finally the last participant stories, and obviously there are many more participant stories, and I know that many people wrote me today, but unfortunately for time reasons we could not have everyone here connected. But the last one from, I think we have from the Green Forest, so either Giovanni or Kat, whoever wants to say what was your funniest moment of the Climathon, and then we'll move
Funniest moment, I guess. Hi, by the way, I'm Kat from the Green Forest team. Just a quick overview of our solution. It's basically a crowdfunding peer-to-peer lending platform to help small and medium enterprises throughout COVID-19 in a sustainable way. I guess the funniest moment really is when the last 3 hours, to be honest, we completed our slide deck, I think, honestly, 15 minutes before the submission. And all of us were like, oh my God, what's happening? Giovanni was going to a dev post, and I think he was struggling with technology. I think everyone on Slack was also confused. How do I post dev post? And I think we actually submitted 2 minutes before, and our video was like 5 minutes before, essentially. It was really funny. It was really, it was tough as well, I think, but everyone was really resilient. So well done. I'm really proud of the team. So.
Cool, thanks. So apparently deadlines create stress, but also create a lot of fun because everyone is mentioning the last moments either before or just immediately after the deadline. And I just hear that Peter just joined, so maybe we can have him as a last participant perspective from the local team. What was the funniest thing, Peter? Peter, we have been waiting for you. So maybe we can have him as a last participant perspective from the local team. What was the funniest thing? No. Peter? Can we?
Hello?
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Louder. Hello?
Peter, we have been waiting for you. No.
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
No. Yeah.
Hello?
Hey.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Louder. Hello?
Peter.
Oh, okay. Thank you. From the local team, it was. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey. Okay. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Peter, could you just cut your YouTube tab, who is probably open? That's why you.
Okay. I'm sorry for that. Okay. So, is it okay now?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, I think we have some issues with Peter. It's fine, Peter. I think it was a lot of fun working with local, and we will hear your story at the end or maybe after that. What's next? I leave it up to Dimitri. So Dimitri, if you can go ahead.
Yeah, so again, thank you everyone for what you've done. It was great. I haven't been personally able to see all the solutions so far. We've been quite busy with all the things, preparing the presentation, judging the solutions. But from what we've seen, it was really awesome, and we were really surprised and impressed. So now we are wondering what's next. This weekend lasted 48 hours, a bit more for some. And now you want to know what will happen. So first, leave us a little bit of time to rest, and then we will send you an email that will explain you, that will give you a summary of the event, a summary of the main informations that you might need for the future. So that's the first thing. The second is that on June 20th and 21st, there will be another hackathon called Capsule, and we partner with them to get a discount for you. So you will have in the email a link with the discount. And if you want to bring your idea further, or if you have another idea that you want to develop, you can subscribe to that. It's going to be a big hackathon, way bigger than ours. And you might do something with this one. So if you're motivated to go on with the idea, we encourage you to subscribe to this hackathon. And then what happens next depends a bit of you. Are you motivated to go on with the idea? Do you think it's not great, or you don't have time to invest? It's okay. But if you want to invest your time and your energy in it, I think you can do it. you have a network, you manage to create a network during this weekend. We are almost 300 people. We on the YESEurope side, we also have partners and people that we can connect with you. So if you think your ideas is worth implementing, if you think your ideas can make something for the world and for the crisis and for sustainability, you can talk with us afterwards, and we'll try to put you in contact with the right people, be it just coaches, it can be also investors or startup accelerators. So please do that. And yeah, so that's what's next. Can you go to the next one, Sylvia? Sylvia? Next slide. Great. And what's next? Oh, the one before. So, 1 second, I don't know which slide you're seeing. Sylvia, just can you put the what happened? Yeah, just the one before, if you can.
No, I can't.
No, that's the one after. You cannot?
No.
I'm sure you can.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, great. Thank you. So this is a bit YESEurope. So we YESEurope, we created this event with people external from YESEurope, but I think it was also the opportunity for you to know what we are doing, because you might be interested. I think if you are here, it's because you are interested in energy, in sustainability, and also you are smart people driven that want to create solutions for a better future. And that's essentially what we are doing at YESEurope. We want to have to link people, so be it students, young professionals, people from different categories, so business, law, engineering, and different sectors such as energy and sustainability. So we want to link them together, and that was one of the aim of the event, and we really hope that it was achieved during the event. If you want to participate at the European level, you can contact us on the website. If you want to participate on local levels, so in each country, well, in many countries, you have some local teams that create local events, that do, well, different activities. You can also see it on the website, or if you want to create your own group in your own country, you can do it as well. Just a quick overview of what we're doing next. In May, we were supposed, well, the Italian team was organizing the annual conference in Torino, but due to the circumstances, they just postponed it. So we will send you more information about it, and that will probably happen in November in Torino. So you can come. It's going to be great. Lots of conferences. The one last year was in Delft. It was awesome. Met lots of people. Very interesting. So this year is going to be even better and with good food. So I encourage you to go to this one. And there is another next. Now, as I said, we need to rest. We need to take our forces, our strength. But you know, we never know what will happen with the event we created today. Maybe next year something else would happen. Maybe there will be another crisis, and YESEurope will need to innovate again, to create another hackathon for you to generate ideas. If you're motivated by this kind of organization, this kind of event, join us. And yeah, everything is free. I mean, we have lots of possibilities. Yeah, and I think that's it. Next one is for Katya.
No, that's for Sarah. We wanted to hear what Sarah, our coach, has to tell to all our participants, because what's most important here is that not everything is about the winners. So we have Sarah, after you.
Hi, good evening, everybody. I found this weekend amazing. It was my first hackathon, and just seeing so many passionate and motivated people coming together with the intention to make a difference to our planet. You've all put in a lot of time and energy to turn in deliverables in a really tight time scale. And I think all of us coaches and judges were impressed with the quality of the pitches and the packs submitted. It was really hard to pick just 3 teams. So you all did really well. So what about those of you who did not win? Please don't give up. Like Dimitri was just saying, you know, your ideas will make a difference. You still have a choice to make. Do you want to continue to take this idea forward and work on it with your team? That would be great. Or perhaps you want to take inspiration from some of the other great pictures. Go and have a look at them. They really are inspiring. So perhaps it's been a learning opportunity about yourself, how you work and communicate remotely. Maybe you've made new friends, or perhaps your only takeaway is you had a lot of fun and you want to do it again sometime. It might also have triggered something bigger in you, such as one of those moments when you realize your current job is not aligned to your personal values. And you're wondering actually what comes next. All these things can happen in just one weekend. It's so important to look at what you've achieved and what you've learned. We often focus on the negative input, such as, oh, we didn't win, and we forget to appreciate our achievements. I encourage you to really use this experience to grow as a person, learn about yourselves. We all have a unique contribution to make in our lives. What's yours? What surprised me most is how well, and I think you've heard this multiple times already, most of the teams have managed to bond even though they've not met before. This is really hard. Don't underestimate how hard this is. So well done to each and every one of you for taking the courage and to participate and for finding a way to build your team online. So what's inspired you? What have you learned about yourselves? How can you turn that inspiration into something tangible? And like Dimitri said, you know, you've got to have an honest discussion with your team in the next few days. Do you want to continue with this project and with this team? Go take it further. I hope you do continue to develop these ideas, and I think we're all here because we're passionate to see improvements for a more sustainable life on Earth. So I've prepared a short handout to help you kind of take away some of the ideas and learn about this. So goodbye, good luck, and can't wait to hear the results. Thank you.
Thanks, Sarah. That was great, and we will definitely share what you prepared for us. So thank you so much for this. And I think the exciting moment has come, but only after a short speech from Katja, who was one of the judges, one of the coaches, but most of all, she is the founder of YESEurope. So we are really happy to have her involved with this event. So Katja, up to you.
Sure. Wow, it's certainly been an amazing last 4 years to see, you know, I've seen and worked with a lot of you guys on the call here, and it's been awesome to see the impact, especially in these challenging times with actually hosting a hackathon, having a completely remote event that brought together, as I was watching the videos, people from Asia, Europe, the Middle East, North, South America. It was really fantastic. So really well done to all of the participants, and huge shout out to the organizing team for coming up with the idea and executing. So judges' life is hard. We had multiple judges review each of the teams to try to get a sort of balanced feedback for each of the ideas. And we had to evaluate a few things. One was solution, 2 was communication, and 3 was team. For the solution part, how feasible is the idea? Was the team able to sort of describe their implementation plan, how they were going to bring together the different organizations and stakeholders involved to actually make this a reality? Communication, were they able to clearly explain the problem and their solution and why this was needed? And be able to put together a comprehensive and cohesive video and presentation deck. And then 3, how well did the team work together? Were they all involved in the solution creation? Did they seem to have fun? Certainly all those 3 things are pretty important. So the prizes, if we want to go to the next slide. So we will have winners for 3 categories. So we'll announce them one by one. I'll sort of give a little bit of a snapshot before we get there of each.
Give me a second. Are you still seeing my screen?
Yep. All right.
Are you ready?
Big drum roll moment. Okay, so the first category is resources. So if we pause here for a second, first of all, we do want to thank all the sponsors for each of the 3 different prizes for each of the 3 categories. So what did all the resources teams work on? They sort of focused on the natural resources like land and animals, urban infrastructure like mobility, as well as energy systems. So this team, which will be announced in a second, realized that you don't always have to go far for the resources that you need. And that also includes food and produce. So next slide, please. And the winner for this category is local. Congratulations. We will show their video here just in a second.
Yeah. I think I have to. Yeah, just give me a second.
Did you know that a tomato environmental impact was higher than a banana, even if the tomato is produced and bought within Europe? Indeed, many criteria have to be taken into consideration while measuring environmental impacts. And yeah, even for fruits. From the transportation, on land, by boat, by air, to the preservation needs, either to wash it or even just to protect it. But above all, on the production process, including intensive farming, use of pesticides, hothouse culture, and more. That's why hot skin banana, which keeps well transportation and heat, can easily be brought by ship instead of planes. And while a local tomato will need careful and repetitive washing, and eventually a hot plastic box to protect, a banana won't even need a packaging. Finally, and more importantly, a tomato is so popular that it is produced all season, so mainly within greenhouses with artificial heat and pesticides to protect its fragile skin. So yeah, most of the time a banana has a lower global ecological impact than a tomato actually. This might underline how important it is to have as much information as possible in hand regarding environmental impact. But how to get and connect all those information surrounding us simply? Well, just use our local tool. Local will allow you to quickly find the best rated sustainable products around you, wherever you are. Ratings will be measured upon 3 criteria, because one can never be accurate all by itself. First, the local rating measures how close it was produced from your localization and how seasonal the product is. Then, the water rating indicates the amount of kilowatts used in the whole production process. Finally, the carbon footprint gives a clue on the approximate CO2 generated in the process of bringing it to you. And just so you don't have to download another app, you'll simply have to update your Yuka app to find the local tool inside. So let's give it a try.
Wonderful, thank you. All right, again, congratulations to Team Local for the resources category. All right, moving on to the next category, economics and policy. So the general category involved things like innovation in business models, financing across the whole sector for projects or for companies, as well as policy at the local, state, country, or regional level as well. So the teaser for this team is that in order to have a small idea or plant or project grow, you need to feed it support in the form of money or resources or whatnot. So excited to present that the winner for this category is the Green Forest. Congratulations.
Woo.
Check out their video.
We even have some numbers.
Oh God, this COVID-19 lockdown.
No.
Oh God, this COVID-19 lockdown is killing my business. I don't have any customers and my liquidity is drying up. I don't know what to do. Need a loan and I need it quick. I'll actually call my bank. Let's see what I can help. Hello, Banco Santander.
Bienvenido al Banco Santander. How can I help you?
Hi, look, I'm a small business. I'm based in London. I'm a pizzeria. I just need liquidity in the short term because this outbreak is killing my business. I need money.
Sure, we can help you with a loan, but it will take some time, maybe 3 or 6 months, and you have to fulfill many requirements. Can you wait? Are you able to wait?
No, I cannot wait. My cash reserves is drying up in 2 months. And it's the same thing that I heard from the government. I'm sorry, this cannot work.
Sorry.
I need something. I need a new investor.
I'm just an ordinary guy, and I haven't eaten pizza in my local restaurant for months. I feel so bad for local businesses. And I also really hope that we think of the climate as we go past COVID-19, that we can really be more sustainable in the future. I wonder how I can help my local businesses.
Well, that's perfect, Lawrence, because here we are Green Forest. We provide peer-to-peer lending platform where we connect people like you who are keen to help local businesses through COVID-19. So you can go back to your favorite local pizzeria and interested in sustainability. And I can connect you to Giovanni, who is currently urgently needing to look for emergency fundings to help his businesses and struggling to get funding from government and banks. And we connect you through a single platform.
Sounds fantastic. I would be more than happy to do that. Is there any requirement for the business to access the loans?
Yeah, we only have 2 requirements. First of all, you need to make sure that you're fulfilling your SBTI, which is your science-based target for the environment, or you can pledge towards the B Corp or Green Business Bureau certification. And criteria number 2 is that you need to be willing to make sure that 1 to 5% of your loan should go directly towards sustainability programs within your business. How does it sound?
Well, it sounds fantastic to me. I always wanted to be a little bit more sustainable for my business and reducing my carbon footprint. So this is also an opportunity to improve my business in this sense. So yeah, I'm happy to do it. Lawrence, do you want to give me a loan?
Yeah, I'd love to support you. Thanks, Kat and Green Forest. I'll tell my friends.
Yay! The Green Forest, the crowdsourcing platform to help small and medium businesses to survive through COVID-19.
All right, congratulations again to the Green Forest. And on to our last but not least category, society. So there's a lot of components that go into here, a lot dealing with public contribution to decision-making, things like education, consumption, activation of different ideas through social media. So the teaser for this group is information is power. And no pun intended on the power component of that sentence. A lot of you guys might have faced this sort of challenge that this team worked on. So presenting the team, Delete Obsolete. Congratulations, guys. Let's watch their video.
Bravo, bravo.
No, not again, not again. Come on, it was new. The display again. I want everybody to know how bad is this phone. I'm gonna call my friend. Oh, he's busy. Call my grandma. Hi grandma, it's me. Yeah, I'm not so good at the moment. Do you remember the phone, the one I bought a couple of months ago? I broke it. The quality of the phone is really low. The display broke the first time it fell. Don't buy this phone.
Oh, honey, I really don't care about your phone.
Wait, Grandma, somebody's calling.
Hey man, it's me. Did you call?
Hi, team. Yes, I called you before. My phone broke and I want to tell people not to buy it. Now I have no clue what to do. Fix it or buy a new one. And if so, which one?
Just stop wasting your time. Go on Delete Obsolete. It's an amazing website. You can find a lot of data about smartphones, like how long they're gonna last, how sustainable they are, how easy it is to find spare parts to replace them, and so to fix the phone. Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's amazing, and it's all from people like you who had their phone broken. They wanted to share their experience with other people, and they left their reviews. Yeah, so you can save money while stop this waste of products that's killing our planet. Yeah, have a look at it, man. Welcome.
Delete Obsolete is a web and app solution that help users choosing the right smartphone, the smartphone that could be in line with their own values. We help the consumers to compare phones on three aspects. The first one is the economic aspect, because we want to fight planned obsolescence and choose long-lasting smartphones. Secondly, the environmental aspect, because electronic products are responsible for 14% of CO2 emissions, and you can have an impact on it. At the end, the society and ethics aspect are also very important. And for instance, working conditions and salary are key topics that the consumer should take into account.
This app is made by you, allowing to share real-life experiences with the other members of the community, growing a network to learn from each other and exchange hints for fixing your device, leading to long-term use and economical savings.
Thanks to your website, I have found a new phone. Thank you a lot. I think I will give a good command for this product. Delete Obsolete, save the money, and save the planet.
All right, fantastic. Congrats again to our last team, Delete Obsolete, who won the third and final prize. Now back to Sylvia.
Dimitri, actually. So yeah, indeed, that's quite impressive to see what these teams have been able to do in 48 hours, I think, especially looking at the videos. It looks like you guys spent like a month doing it, but so really impressed. And up to Dimitri to give us a bit of an explanation of what these prizes are very shortly.
Yes, so again, congrats local Green Forest and Delete Obsolete for your prizes. We are very happy that you won, and we hope that the money will be useful. So as explained at the beginning, you will have each 1,000 euros in prizes with some conditions. So we'll explain to you later. So what will happen is that we'll organize a Zoom call where we can talk together. We see a bit, we explain to you how it will go afterwards. And yeah, I think that's it. Essentially a Zoom call all together.
And without forgetting.
And yeah, and I am forgetting, very important, 2 hours of coaching by Sarah, who made the small pitch just before the solutions. So added to that, you will have 2 hours with Sarah to talk about the solutions and how it will work and how you can maybe work together to that. So thanks, Sarah, again for providing that to all the winning teams.
Great. So not only money, but also useful advices on how to use them. I think it's definitely well needed. And so, yes, of course, we have winners, but we also have many other projects that we loved a lot and that especially our judges mentioned they were worth mentioning. One of them is, and now don't be angry because yeah, you got mentioned in the highlights, but you didn't win the prize. That means that all these projects are actually quite powerful. One of them is Neocop in particular, and one of our judges was surprised by your creative idea of using bicycles for energy production. And then we have, I will go quite, so where Neocop slogan is where fitness and food production meet. So imagine an attractive way to encourage customers to pull their own weight. I think that was quite a powerful, powerful sentence, and also the idea of using bicycles. And then we have another highlight on green lights, and I think especially judges were impressed by the prototyping. So I just cut a small part of the video.
Let me introduce you the green light. Our cheap, simple and ergonomic device is composed of 3 light bulbs, and it will fetch real-time data about the energy mix, and will provide this data to your customer, telling him when it's best to turn on his household appliances. Thanks to its cheap and ergonomic design, you can provide your customers with a green light without charge. In this way, you will be able to save up an estimated amount of 15 euros per year per household. Plus, you will build customer loyalty and increase your customer retention.
So we just cut a small part of the video, but we thought that it was really great to see the actual prototype in the hands of the participants.
And yeah, we loved the prototype that they developed. It was awesome. It was really funny to see it. And talking about prototypes, we also want to showcase Benet, I don't know how to pronounce it, who worked a lot on the prototypes, on the website. They already created a website. They have a prototype, working prototype of the product. So great job, Benet team, who did this amazing solution as well. And another one who was interesting was TripFix, who already displayed how the app would look like. So TripFix aimed at comparing different ways of transportation to see which one was the most ecological. And before going to the next slide, so on all the 35 teams, only 3 won. But as the judges explained before, it was really tough to judge and to find the best ones. Sometimes the winners, they won because the solution was very interesting, very promising. And sometimes the second, the third, they didn't win, but not because the solution was not interesting, was not promising, or could not be implemented, but rather because maybe based on the criteria that we had given at the beginning, it was not fully satisfied. For example, if the communication was not very good, or if the documentation was not good. But it doesn't mean, again, that the product itself, that the idea cannot grow and become something. Something else I wanted to add here is that even if you don't continue with the project afterwards, this hack aimed at producing solutions, but also to learn a lot and have fun. So I really hope, really hope, the whole team really hope that you had lots of fun. We think we didn't have that much fun because we organized some fun sessions such as DJs, and not many people attended because it was the evening and we guessed that everyone was just working. But we still hope that you had a bit of fun. And so yeah, first aim to develop solutions. The second was to have fun and learn a lot. And the third one is to meet people and network. So the people you've met are valuable. Connect with them. They have their email addresses. You have Slack. We'll keep Slack for a while. We all have LinkedIn, I guess. So invite people, see how we can go further, because we believe that connecting people is very important for the future. Connecting people between countries, but also connecting people between the countries. Because the problematic at the moment, and we see it very well, the problematic of COVID and the problematic of sustainability, of climate change, is not something you can solve in one country or in one village. It's something you have to solve at a global level. So this hack was also the opportunity for you to connect with people from all around the world, and to develop solutions that will solve issues of climate change, of COVID. You also have to think of ideas at a global level, with people at the global level as well. So please connect with them and keep in touch with them. And I think I will finish with a thank you. I think it's when I listen to that, it's usually the boring part, because you just say thank you to blah 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 blah, and yeah. Yet, now that I have to say thank you, so I'm on the other side, I really want to emphasize the fact that this event would not have been possible without them. Without the sponsors, no prizes, less fun, right? Without the partners, no coaching, no coaches, no spreading of the information about the event. So maybe you wouldn't have been reached about the event. No vouchers for the next hack capsule. So really thank you to the sponsors and the partners. And also thanks a lot to the coaches. There were 40 coaches, you said, Sylvia, right? 40 coaches who dedicated their weekend or a part of their weekend, more than they were expecting, I guess, on coaching you teams and following you. I think they had a great pleasure to do that, because it's also interesting to see how teams develop their ideas, how they work together. I think they had a lot of fun, but they also invested their time for free. So thank you a lot to all the coaches from all around the world. And thank you for the judges. And on this one, I'm gonna say a personal thank you, because we had some issues with the submission, because it didn't work exactly as expected with DevPost, because you participants did not submit on DevPost as expected. So we had to figure out ways to make it better. And anyway, thank you, judges, for your flexibility and all the reviewing all the solutions. That took time, but I think was interesting. And at last, I wanna tell a little story. It's the story of the organizers. And I remember when we started this event 3 weeks ago, so it was only 3 weeks. We asked the people, okay, what do you want to do? How much time do you want to invest? And I remember very well Etienne, who said, oh yeah, I think it's very interesting. I really love the idea. I love the idea, but I have my job, so I can invest a low amount of time. And you know how it goes, huh? He wants to invest a low amount of time, and in the end, he was in for the whole time. And that was the case for all the organizers. So it was Sylvia, great thank you for all the organization, the managing of the people, of the coaches. Etienne, I just mentioned, Livia, Romain, Colette, Riwan, Luc, Audrey, Laureline at the communication team. You've seen tons of communication on all the social network, on all the social media. This is thanks to them. They made amazing visuals. Also share them just to say thank you to them. So it's not, so it's worth it to do all their job. Share it. Shreyas and Saif, also Jaime. So we had many people who help on that and who spend their time aside from their work. So we almost all have a work, or we have friends, we have activities next to that, and we invested a lot of time to create this event. And I think we created and we invested this time and energy because we believe in you, and we believe in what we've done, and we believe that you can do something for the future, for sustainability. And I think that was the case for all the organizers. So thank you, everyone, and yeah, finally thank you to the participants, because without you, it'd be kind of boring, huh?
And maybe we are becoming very altruistic, but we also forgot to say, obviously, well, thanks to Dimitri, but also the organization YESEurope. Everyone in the chat is reminding us, make some advertisement for YESEurope, of course. So it's not only about other organizations, but it's also about these organizations that have gone through very different phases. But I think this is a new high. So YESEurope, it's something that started 5 years ago with an annual conference in Switzerland. 50 people showed up, and then it just take life starting from there. And there are country networks, so there are, let's say, country chapters in every European country. So feel free to join, subscribe to the website, and yeah, I mean, there will be more exciting things coming up.
And another thing that the organizers tell me as well on the chat, you've seen 35 projects, like you worked on one single project, but 35 has been developed. You can see them on DevPost. And otherwise, we'll also indicate everything on the email at the very end that we'll send in a few days with all the information. Is there something else you guys